Hi, my name is Vanessa and this is my final project. Montreal. Last January, I went on a trip with my parents and my older brother to some cabins in Montreal, Coahuila. It was our first time visiting the place during winter, and the moment I stepped out of the car, I felt a cold so intense that I shook my because I truly feel like I had never experienced weather so cold in my entire life. The cabins were amazing, heated, cozy, with a fireplace, a small kitchen, beautiful mountain views, and even a heater pool, heater pool that relays stream early in the morning. When we arrived, my mom wanted to go straight to the reception to ask something question while I admired the landscape. I immediately start asking the staff important things like where can we find the heater pool? Then my brother asked what time those the game are closed. And finally I joked, do you know if there are bears around here? No knowing that later we will actually see one. While we while we were stealing into the cabin, everything felt a little chaotic because we were all freezing. I remember that I was trying to turn on the heater while my dad check, while my dad checked the stove. At the same time, my parents were talking with the cabin staff to get recommendation, and we were unpacking our food because we went to cook something warm before it got dark. The cold was so strong. The cold The cold was so strong that we were desperate for blankets, and we went open the closet. We actually found too many blankets, which was perfect. Later, we went to the restaurant where everything was super overpriced, overpriced, and the food had too much salt, so none of us really enjoyed it. Inside, since it was the weekend, there were so many people waiting to be served, so it took forever. Despite it, the trip was honestly incredible. We grilled steak outside, played games, swam in the heater pool, meet really friendly people, and walk through little mountains path around the cabin. I have always loved cabin, and I have loved cabin since I was a kid. So being in one again made me really happy. We also realized that we have visited Montreal twice since um, to 2023, and that my parents have want to return for years because they love the peaceful atmosphere. When I was younger, we used to take small road trips all the time, and my brother, who used to be so dramatic, used to be scared of bears, but no, he isn't. Even even I used to hate cold weather, but for some reason, reason, I enjoy it much more. One of the funniest things was comparing the restaurant with the little town nearby because the gorditas they sold down the were so much better than the restaurant food. Montreal is also one of the colder places I ever visited, but even then I didn't suffer too much because the cabin was honestly the most comfortable one I I've ever stayed in. We love doing small things together, like swimming in the heater pool to warm up, or when my dad decided to cook breakfast on some mornings. My whole family enjoy spending quality time together, and this trip made that even better. Um, we already talked about going back, and I know we are going to visit Montreal again next year for the next trip. I will bring more winter clothes since this time I almost froze, and I'm completely sure that we will stay in the same cabin because we loved it so much. One of the most exciting moments was on the last day when we saw a bear walking among two trees. Thankfully, it was far away, but it was still an unforgettable moment. The good things was that the cabins were heated, so we never felt cold inside. Every morning, the food was prepared in the small kitchen while my dad made coffee, and that day the beer was seen by several other guests who were walking near on one of the trails. The weather was so cold that our hands felt numb, but the view was so beautiful that we could stop in taking picture. I was such a peaceful place that also sleep incredibly well during the 3 nights we stayed. And even though the morning were full of fog that make everything feel even more magical. We were all excited for the daily activities. Seeing the bear was surprising, and the foggy scenery was truly amazing for pictures. One of the best moments of the whole trip was celebrating my birthday and my brother's birthday, since we were both born on the same day. My mom made use a small cake. We sang and at night played board games, joked around, and just had a really sweet family night. Looking back, I honestly feel like if I had known it was going to be that cold, I would have taken thicker jackets because I really needed them. We also said that if we stayed one more day, we will explore the forest trails because we didn't have enough time. And truly, if you visit Montreal, you will love the cabins because the place is magical. Without a doubt, this trip became one of my favorite family memories ever. The cold weather, the nature, the games, the food, the view, our birthday celebration, and lot of a little moments that make everything perfect. And that's why we already want to go back very soon. And um, this is the answers. Why did you choose this topic? I chose this topic because my trip to the cabins in Montreal was one of the best experiences I've had with my family. It was special because we spent quality time together, celebrate my brothers and my birthday, and even saw a beer. It's a place that really left me with amazing memories. Tell more information about the topic that you didn't mention before. Something I didn't mention before is that the sky at night was super clear, and we could see a lot of stars, which made everything feel even more peaceful. Another thing is that the cabin had a small terrace where we drank hot chocolate and night while listening to the wind and the trees. And tell me another thing that you consider your favorite and my didn't you choose it. Another favorite topic I could choosing was talking about my favorite concert, because concerts are something I really enjoy, but I didn't choose it because the Montreal trip had more details for the to share in, and if fit better with all the grammar we needed to include. And this is my presentation.